Remakes are everywhere now, especially with Disney. Seems like every few years, actually no, it seems every year now, we have to take a look at one of our childhood favorites from Disney being butchered by either poor acting or really bad visuals or just nothing. No story, no changes like that. It's just ridiculous, honestly. Well, I got my Christmas hat here, but it sure as heck won't save me from this remake we're gonna look at today. Many people at school know me as the guy that doesn't like the Lion King remake. Literally, I know so many people at my school that like that remake. It's horrible. We had to watch it in science class. It was torture. Luckily, I got to make fun of it the whole time. I even laughed at Mufasa's death. Oh god, I laughed at Mufasa. Anyway, nothing compares as the crowning piece of shit we're looking at today. Mulan. Basically, a bunch of people thought it would be a good idea to give this movie to Disney and then take out every little Disney element. No Mushu, no cricket, no music, and apparently no friggin' emotion. I'm only going to be able to show a bit of clips from this movie, seeing as how it's Disney and Disney will hunt me down. Mickey Mouse will hunt me down like he did in South Park. To all those people in South Park, if you haven't seen South Park, Mickey Mouse does not play in that show, alright? And I'm not taking a risk, getting him to hunt me down. So we'll be showing some clips, but it will mostly be images, cutting back to me watching, and yeah, we'll just talk about it and discuss next week. Yeah, next week's gonna be... yikes. Well, actually this week. This was supposed to come out on a Friday, and now it's not. It's coming out on a Monday night. Yay me. Anyway. Man, Disney, why do you do this to us? Here goes nothing. Mulan. We start the film off with Mulan as a child with this power called the Chi, proving that she is clearly the strongest in her village. And it was at this point in the film, even though it's at the start, parents realized, this isn't the Disney film I grew up with and showed my kids. And it'll shut them up for 2 hours, play it. So Mulan grows up over the course of time, and her father tells her to hide the power of the Chi, which isn't really explained, so I'm not even going to dive into it here. And you know the story. She gets all dolled up to be basically put out to a woman that's going to decide whether she is worthy of getting a husband or not, getting married, She messes up. It's not as funny as the cartoon, of course, but of course, gotta stop, comparing the two. That's what people are saying. Stop comparing the Disney Mulan with Disney's Mulan. Okay, I know we're only like 3 minutes into the film here, but my gosh, can we just address the fact that if they wanted to make this story authentic like the actual Mulan story, they should have just given it to a different company? I think there was an actual Mulan movie that came out before this one that was probably well done. Done better than this film anyway. Anyway, you know how it goes, same as the original. It's not even the Huns. It's not the Huns, and in the trailer it's just like Northern Invaders. It's like the film doesn't even know what to call them, so what do I call them? They're led by this guy named Bori Khan, who sounds like it comes straight out of a MK11 DLC, and he fights alongside a witch, which, the witch, I didn't care about the witch much, so I don't care to delve into her deal, what's going on with her, but basically they're setting up a redemption thing for her. You can see it coming from a mile away that she's going to turn and help Mulan in the end, even though She doesn't even really do that. She just dies. But basically these northern invaders attack, and they must collect a tribute from each family from Mulan's city, town, whatever you want to call it. And Mulan's father volunteers, and of course, knowing that he will probably not make it back from the war, Mulan decides to go undercover as a man and poses in the army. Now, okay, we're gonna get to where Mulan gets to the where they're training at. Please tell me you're gonna have an awesome Make a Man Out of You tune or something in the background. Please, anything.
We're going to make men out of every single one of you.
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You say, we're gonna make men out of every single one of you. And then you don't go to the Make a Man Out of You song from the original cartoon film. No! Screw you, movie. No. That's not how we do things around here, okay? You want to be your own thing? You want to make your own choices? Fine. You don't want to include the songs from the original? Fine. But don't you dare tease us like that. So the soldiers train, and then we get the scene where they go to where the Emperor was fighting, and everyone is dead. Everyone is dead. Only this is like done just it's a little bit more menacing than the animated version, but I like that the animated version kind of made it a little bit lighter or sadder, I guess. But, I mean, one thing that is kind of good about this movie is the atmosphere. I mean, the sets, the clothes, like the Chinese, actors and everything, it's great. That is one aspect about this movie that I love. Sorry, it's just really hard to say that word when talking about this film. Anyway, on to the next scene. Aw, heck yeah, dude. This is the moment I've been waiting for. One of my all-time favorite scenes from any Disney film. The avalanche scene. Alright, give it to me. How is the live-action Mulan? How is she going to save the day? Come on, bring it. Please, succeed. The one scene I was hoping you guys would do right. And Mulan doesn't even get to do it! No! Disney, why do you do this to me? Why must you hate me so? Why must you take these scenes that I love so much and change the one thing that makes it cool? The one thing that made the animated version work for me for that scene was Mulan did it. She was the hero. No one knew what she was doing. Even Mushu was like, you missed. How could you miss? The guy was right in front of you. And then it hits, the avalanche starts, but here, it's just, Mulan is there. She sees the fireball, she's like, ooh, pretty. Avalanche. And guess what? She may have saved the love interest, if you can even call it that, because it was absolutely worthless and pointless in this film. No! She just doesn't even get to do it. It's just, oh look, a fireball. Boom! Good job, soldier number 5. Soldier number 5 was the hero of that scene. I'm not picking that hat back up, because I know it's going to get thrown down again.
I'm Hua Mulan. Forgive me.
Now, what I did gloss over is actually a pretty good fight scene between her and the witch earlier. It was, choreographed well. If I'm gonna say another thing that I like from this film, the choreography for the fights. It's well done. It is. And the fight scene between her and the witch, even though I don't care about the witch, and honestly I don't care about Mulan at this point because she's an emotionless nothing. Which, once again, no offense to the actress, it's just, it is a pretty good fight scene. It's pretty intense. Mulan even gets stabbed. I mean, my gosh, that was a great addition. I know she gets injured in the original. That's how she finds. That's how they are able to find out that she's a girl. But still, it was well done. Fantastic job there. It hurts to use the word fantastic to describe this film, but here I am using it. Anyway, they send her home and basically just it's dishonor. Dishonor on you, dishonor on the filmmakers, dishonor on Disney for letting this abysmal mess happen, and most of all, dishonor on you, the creator of this film, the director. I forget what your name is, but dishonor on you. Anyway, we get a bunch of sad stuff. The witch tries to talk her into joining on her side, but of course Mulan is like, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna give one last hurrah. Also, there's no blood on the swords when they fight in this film. I know it's a kid's movie, but damn it, it ruins the realism, alright? It ruins my immersion, alright? Okay, so we're finally at the final battle where the northern invaders the northern invaders attack the emperor. So the witch decides she's done listening to Bori Khan, so she sacrifices herself for Mulan as Bori Khan shoots an arrow and totally fatalities her. I mean, R.I.P. to the witch, but yeah, you were not the shining star of this film. I don't know if there is, actually. Anyway, there's a big fight. It's really well done cinematography and choreography, as I said before. And no blood on the swords, which drives me insane. But eventually, Mulan conquers Bori Khan, defeats him, and I do actually kind of like how they made it so there is some resemblance to how Shan Yu dies in the animated version, with him being exploded by a firework. In this, we get Bori Khan falling into lava. I am not joking you, he falls into a lava pit thing. Not since Judge Claude Frollo from Notre Dame have we seen a more brutal death involving lava. Of course, we don't see it. Damn it! It's a kid's film. It's a kid's film. Calm down. Put your glasses back on. It's a kid's film. Anyway, I'm sure there's going to be nothing else that'll enrage me. So Mulan and her love interest split apart. I'm sorry, my camera had a mild malfunction, as I could not take the sheer stupidity of this film, completely ignoring the love story. Anyway, my gosh, the film mercifully ends with Mulan returning home, safe and sound.
Loyal. Brave. True.
And that was Mulan, everybody. Well, it's about as forgettable as I forgot it was. Now don't get me wrong, there are some shining moments in there. The cinematography, the choreography for the fights, the setting, the costume designs, the cast, it is great. But the acting, the poor lack of regard for people that wanted to see at least some Disney stuff in this film, it completely fell flat for me. And to be honest, any Mulan fan that's seen this film, just please, I implore you, go watch the animated version right now, because years from now, people will remember the animated film a lot more than they'll remember this one. So next week, I guess you're wondering, what film are we doing? Actually, it's going to be this week. I forgot. So, what film are we going to be doing? You know, you can always remember Mulan has an animated version and a live-action version. How about a fourth Home Alone film?